Good morning, children. Welcome back on your online classes. Yes, children, in the previous class, we had studied about communicable diseases and how communicable diseases spread. Means what are the various infectious agents that through that communicable diseases. We have studied about that how through the air that communicable diseases spread. We also studied about for how through the food and water that communicable diseases spread, and how through the contact, physical contact or by the sexual contact, that communicable diseases spread. Yes, we also studied about that how through body fluids and how through the vectors that communicable diseases spread from one person, infected person, to the healthy person. Yes, through the vectors. Yes, what do you mean by the vectors? Vectors means the organisms which are responsible for causing a disease, that is called as a vectors. Means an animal that is spread a disease is called as a vector. For example, for that I will give you example. Mosquito of different species are a vector for disease like a malaria, dengue, yellow fever and filariasis. Mosquito feed on the blood to be able to lay mature eggs. When a mosquito bites an infected person, the infectious agent enters its stomach. After this, when it bites a healthy person, the infectious agent passes into his or her bloodstream. In this way, the diseases get transmitted. So, vectors can spread diseases in other ways also. For example, infectious agent can stick to the body of a fly. They get deposited on food when the fly sits on it. Apart from this, infectious agent can be transmitted through the feces and the saliva of fly. The housefly spread diseases like a typhoid and the cholera. Yes, sandflies, anticystitis flies spread kala azan and sleeping sickness respectively. Yes, cockroaches can spread diseases like a polio and the typhoid, while rats can spread diseases like a plague. So these are the various vectors which can spread the diseases, which are responsible for causing a diseases. So these are the various agents we have studied in the previous class, the various agents through which the communicable diseases can spread. Yes, see here, see the book. See this page. Here some of the viruses name is given and it causes a certain disease. See that figure 13.1, the picture of SARS is given, that is a virus, okay, and it is coming out of the surface of infected cell, and the wide scale line represents 500 nanometer, which is a half a micrometer, and the sharp viruses causes a disease. It is spread a diseases. Okay, then see that second one is that second one is a picture of Leishmania. Leishmania is a protozoan and it causes a disease like a Kala Azar. So these organisms are oval shaped and each has one long whip like a structure. One organism is dividing while a cell of the immune system has gripped on the two whips of the dividing organism and is sending cell processes up to eat up the organism. The immune cell is about 10 micrometers in diameter. So this Leishmania is the protozoan and it causes a which disease? It causes a Kala Azar, and the organism are oval shaped and each has a long whip like a structure. Next figure you see, that figure 13.1 B part, picture of Staphylococci. This is one type of a bacteria which causes a acne. Acne means some pimples comes on the face after the adolescent age. Yes, at the age of adolescence now, that pimples comes on the skin. Okay, skin of your cheek. Okay, it is because of this bacteria Staphylococcus. The scale of the imagine is indicated by the line at the top left, which is 5 micrometer length. So because of the bacteria Staphylococcus, what causes that acne causes? In Hindi we can say muhasa. Yes, see the next one. Yes, see that picture 13.1c. Picture of trypanosoma is given here. It is one type of protozoan. It is responsible for sleeping sickness. Yes, and this organism is lying next to the saucer-shaped red blood cells to give an idea of the scale. So this trypanozoa is one type of protozoan and causes what? Sleeping sickness. Now see that figure 13.1e. Picture of an adult roundworms were given. Yes, in common it is called as a ascaris. Okay, and it infect the small intestine. It infect the small intestine and causes a pain in the small intestine. And the ruler next to it shows 4 centimeter to give us an idea of the scale. Yes, so these are the various vectors which are responsible for causing a certain diseases. Yes, then in the next paragraph it is given about common example of disease caused by viruses. What are the various diseases caused by viruses? That is common cold, influenza, dengue fever, AIDS, etc. And the disease caused the disease like a typhoid, fever, cholera, tuberculosis and anthrax are caused by the bacteria. And many common skin infections are caused by different kinds of a fungi also. Protozoan microbes cause many familiar diseases such as malaria, Kala Azar. All of us have also come across the intestinal worm infections as well as the disease like elephantitis caused by different species of the worms. So these are the various vectors which are responsible for causing the diseases. Yes, all viruses, for example, live inside host cell, whereas bacteria very rarely do. Virus, bacteria and fungi multiply very quickly while worms multiply very slow in comparison. All bacteria are closely related to each other than to the virus and vice versa. This means that many important life processes are similar in the bacteria group but are not shared with the virus group. As a result, drug that block one of these life processes in one member of the group is likely to be effective against many other members of this group. But the same drug will not work against a microbe belonging to the different group. Yes, so these are the various vectors which are responsible for causing the disease. It enters into the body and multiply quickly and causes the diseases. So these are the various vectors we had studied now. Now we will study about the effect of infectious disease. Yes, these infectious agents enters the body through several places. They may enter through the eyes, nose, mouth, guts and the wounds and through the sexual organs. The part of the body that get affected may depend on from where the infectious agent enter. For example, The infectious agent which causes conjunctivitis enters the eyes and infect it. Infectious agent which enter through the nose and affect the organs of respiratory system. For example, the virus that causes common cold affects the upper respiratory tract, and the bacteria that cause tuberculosis first affect the lungs. So those infectious agents that enters through the mouth with food and water primarily affect the organs of the digestive system. For example, in cholera and typhoid, the intestine is affected, and in hepatitis, the liver is affected. In some cases, the infectious agent multiply in and affect organ that are not directly related to the part of the body through which they enter. For example, the infectious agent that causes malaria and Japanese encephalitis get into the human blood through mosquito bite. In the case of that Japanese encephalitis, the infectious agent reaches the brain and affects it. And in the case of malaria, the infectious agent reaches the liver. After reproducing in the liver, it leaves the organs to infect the red blood cells. Yes, so these are the various agents. They enters into the body through the several places and causes different diseases in the different organs of the body, and through which the person becomes very weak and ill. Now, what are the common effects of the infectious disease? Whenever the body enters is attacked by the infectious agent, the immune system of the body reacts to defend it. This defensive reaction does not depend upon how the infectious agent enters the body or where it resides inside the body. In all cases, the body immune system sends white blood cell to replace the infectious agent, to fight the infectious agent. That's why the white blood cell is called as a soldier of our body. The defensive reactions of the body's immune system in response to infection or injury, that is called as a inflammation. Inflammation is characterized by swelling, reddening and pain in the affected area of the body, plus an increase in the body temperature. So in this way we can see the common effect of infectious disease in our body. Yes, I think it is clear to you people about that what is a vectors and what are the different vectors which are responsible for causing several diseases, and how it affects, and we also studied about the common effects of the infectious diseases. Yes, in the next class we will study about how that communicable diseases is spread. Okay, so whatever I had explained you children, please go through it and keeps on learning. Thank you very much.